Yo, good morning, guys. Welcome back to week number 2 of hot shotting. So, just a little quick update. Last place I was in was Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the weekend dispatcher and my regular dispatcher for this company, they ended up, sorry about that, thought the gentleman was coming, but they ended up having me basically sit there and wait. Now I called the dispatcher. I was like, I'm not waiting no longer. It's been 5 hours. So I was like, I'm going home. So I deadheaded 4 hours, went home for the weekend and did a reset. While I was there, I know the last time I was messing with my trailer, I had zip tied my turn signal light on. So let's just show you real quick. I mean, it looks not the best. I just did it quick at nighttime, but we got the new light in. We got the bracket all put back on. Like it ain't going nowhere. She's welded on, not as bent up as it was. So we got that fixed. But right now we're at Union Pacific, getting ready to pick up some railroad parts and in Fort Worth, headed down to Kansas. So I'm pretty sure we're not gonna get any footage on the rail site. I used to work for BNSF, so out here we're just gonna kind of keep it cool. We got all the PPE, hard hat, steel toes, safety glasses. Should be getting loaded here shortly, but I mean, shoot, we're empty, we're ready to go. So stay tuned for the numbers, actually, because we're going to try to do it where we talk about numbers a little bit more, or we might not. We might just wait until the end of the week, talk about all the numbers. All right, guys, so the load that I was on ended up being too much weight. The broker was trying to fib on it, saying it was 10.2. When I got there, it was 14.5. So we ended up having to get off that load and waiting to see what they're going to pay for us not being able to pick it up. But while I was sitting there, my battery light came on, and I think my alternator's going out. So got to reman one at Freightliner, so I got to pull this one off, head up to Freightliner, pick it up, so we can get that fixed. And that's just a way to start a good week, huh? Yo, good morning, guys. All right, so we're here in Louisville, picking up 2 trucks. I'm a little PO'd this morning because I ran over the grill. I just finished mounting up so I can to be able to barbecue, because this trucker right here in front of me wanted me to back up, and I hit it, but we got it mounted, straightened back up. So we got 2 trucks. We got chains in the back, straps in the front. So really wasn't much room for me, but this is what we got for this morning. Headed down to Springfield, Missouri, or my bad, St. Louis, Missouri. But yesterday, total hell with the alternator, and also we changed out one of the injector lines because I noticed a leak. Whenever I was actually getting everything torn apart, I was just checking everything out, and that's when I noticed. I was like, oh shoot, got freaking but yeah, so that was pretty much the nightmare I had to deal with, was getting all that replaced. Now everything's working perfectly. Now we're about to actually finally hit the road, starting week number 2. So let's go. Good morning, guys. All right, so we did get them trucks delivered yesterday. We're here in Arnold, Missouri right now, waiting on the shipper. He's supposed to let me know where I'm going to be parking to get loaded. Headed down to Jacksonville, Florida. Do have to tarp the load. Don't know exactly all the commodities that are going on here, but we stopped by Walmart this morning, picked up some oil. Also picked up some pork chops, smoked sausage, stuff like that, so we can barbecue tonight when we get stopped. So once we get ready to get loaded, I'll get you updated. All right, guys, we got everything loaded up. We got the front tarps on it. There's 2 pallets, pipe, job box, and a big crate. We're just doing our walk around, double checking everything. Now we're rolling. Yo, what's going on, guys? So we finished that Jacksonville, Florida load. We dropped it off early this morning, but they were literally outside waiting for me. So I didn't even have time to video anything. I had to detarp it, put everything up, and get rolling to the next pickup, which my dispatcher kind of screwed me. This new one, again, potentially going to keep me stranded over the weekend, which I'm not liking, and I've had to talk with the owner about it. Basically find out tomorrow, see what he's going to do to fix it. But so I'm actually here right now in Georgia, parked. I talked to them when I got here because they were like, oh, your load's not ready. I told your dispatcher that, and I was like, no, we've tried to call you. I called you 4 hours ago trying to let you know, hey, I was on my way. Is the load ready, you know, so I could be prepared. And when I got here, they said it's not ready, won't be ready until about 7:30 in the morning. And it's got 3 drops, and I got to tarp it, so that means I got to do all that. And now, which me not picking it up today, it's put me behind schedule to where possibly I might get 2 drops done, but not the last one. And if they're not open on Saturday, I'm stuck all weekend in Tennessee. So right now, we're just kind of just chilling, waiting to see if we get an email or text message or call back on what we're doing or what's the plan. So I kind of just been just cleaning out the truck, going over some stuff, chilling. But right now, we are actually getting the grill, getting the coil or whatever, the grill all warmed up, and we're just gonna go simple. I mean, like I say, I got 2 pork chops here. I got some, oh, I already ripped it off because I can cook it that way. Just some Bush Chili Magic beans. These are about the best beans I've ever found, but I only seem to find them in Indiana. So right now, we're gonna get to work on this and cook up some grub, catch up on some paperwork, movies, whatever, and just kind of just chill. But otherwise than that, the trailer's been holding up really good. The only thing I have noticed that I want to address next is one of my tires looks a little dry rotted, and it's concerning to me. So hopefully we'll get a new tire here shortly. Yeah, see how dry rotted it is, and that's what makes me nervous. But I got a brand new spare tire up there for as soon as we, you know, if it does blow out, which hopefully it don't. Hopefully we can get it repaired or replaced and keep going, but we'll see. But all right, guys, we'll see y'all whenever I'm done cooking up the grub. All right, guys, so we're almost done cooking. That's not pea. That's just part of the juice from the beans. We got it all cooked up. We got these over here. They're about to be finished, and then we're just gonna chop up some pieces, eat it all at once. Probably watch a movie, and then I'm gonna go to bed and wait until 7 in the morning so they can get us loaded. And we'll see if we're able to get these 3 drops done tomorrow and hopefully get something for the weekend. But we'll see y'all in the morning. Yo, good morning, guys. All right, so today's Friday. It's like 6 something in the morning right now. Started hearing the forklifts and stuff like that, so looks like they're preloading that trailer over there. They said we'll be loading around 7:30, so just kind of waiting. Once it gets close to 7, we'll get out, find that lady that I talked to yesterday, see if she's gonna get me loaded, so we can get rolling. And right now it shows it's about 6.5 hour drive, 433 miles to get to the first drop. So hopefully we can get rolling pretty quick, get the load on here, get it tarped, get moving so we can see if we can get everything done today. But I don't know if it's gonna be done with these 3 drops. So heck yeah, as soon as we know, we'll know. And also on YouTube, I finally hit my first level of, you know, a creator or whatever. So membership, supers, and some other stuff. Not really for sure. I didn't even know much about it. I knew about ad revenue, but man, it was pretty cool. I was like, oh, boom, eligible, and I guess it sent me a deal saying congratulations. So just wanted to let y'all know that all the hard work I've been doing and all of the love and support from y'all guys is slowly building the channel up, and I greatly appreciate that. So let's get into it. Let's hopefully get loaded here soon so we can get rolling. All right, guys, took a little bit, but we are loaded up. Very small load, but we're rolling now. We got to get this done. What's going on, guys? So we're here in Benton, Kentucky, getting ready to cook up some food. We got our smoked sausage. We got tomatoes and okra with some little bit of Tabasco sauce and some Kinder, the blend. So yeah, we got the grill going now, getting all the coals nice and hot. Kind of just sitting out here getting ready to cook. And then first thing in the morning, because we're kind of stuck over the weekend, we'll go over all last week's numbers and what officially we got in this week's numbers. And what we're going to be eating for dinner tomorrow as well. But it's also supposed to be around like 28 degrees tomorrow night, so that's going to be a fun one. So let's get the food cooking. All right, guys, we're back in the truck. We're done cooking dinner. Like you say, that's pretty much it. I've cooked this a couple times, but this time I added mushrooms in there. Let's see how that tastes. But we're going to end this video here for the night. First thing in the morning, we'll get up. We're going to talk about all the numbers. Yo, good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Actually, it's all one video, but whatever. So, my week is up for my second week out, and I figured why not go over the full numbers of last week, because I didn't know the official numbers, so I didn't want to exactly say what my numbers were, a kind of rough estimate. So let's go over that, then let's go over this week's numbers and what's kind of happened, because if you can't tell, I'm setting all weekend once again because of a mess up, but we're figuring it out. So last week I did the 5 runs, all that good stuff. My total pay with 80% what I made and 20% to the company was $4,280. So what comes out of my check every week, no matter what, is insurance, which is $353. All right, then I pay a ELD service fee, just ELD service fee, $10. Then Simplex, I think it's something to do with the inside of the company with paperwork and sending me crap, I guess, but that's $10 as well. My fuel cost for last week, which I feel like is wrong, but that's what they put on there, was $650.29. And then I did take a $350 advance this week, but somehow it ended up getting taken off last week's pay. I thought it was some horse crap, but it is what it is. So my pay for Friday, what I got yesterday, the day before that, it's Sunday now, was $2,906.71. So honestly, guys, that wasn't too bad of a week. Me starting out with hot shotting and so late in the week. So let's go over this week's numbers. Honestly, not as good as last week, but for the most part, it's not too bad. But I think it could have been better if we had a better week. So we basically, Monday we did a dry run because we deadheaded all the way from Tulsa back home. We did a dry run basically. We went from my house to Fort Worth. Then it ended up being too much weight for the load that I can haul with for now. So since they lied about the weight, they ended up only paying me $150. Okay, I did Texas to Missouri, 626 miles, paid me $1,200. Missouri to Florida, 914 miles, paid me $1,850. Georgia to Tennessee, which it's Georgia with 3 drops. So there's drop in Lafayette, Tennessee, Benton, Kentucky, and then Denison, Tennessee. 3 drops. And out $662, and that paid $1,700, which is not bad at all. So if we take out the 80% for all that, that's going to put me at $3,920 minus my fuel. And I've asked the owner, how does the fuel pay period work? He said it's the same as the pay period, but it could take maybe a day or two. So if it falls on that Friday or that Thursday, it might not show up until Saturday, then it's going to go on the next week. So I'm kind of playing that one by ear. So my total fuel cost, what I estimated, is $800.64, minus $353 for insurance, $10 for ELD, $10 for the simplex, or whatever it is. So that brings my grand total to $2,746.36 is what I'm gonna make next payday on next Friday. Which kind of sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. It, you know, at least they're letting me have this Georgia to Tennessee load and showing that it paid out on Friday, so it falls in that pay period instead of screwing me over because I'm setting all weekend again. So that's not bad. So the total miles that we ran before any numbers was 2,922 miles. That's what we ran. Our empty miles, because I did deadhead from Oklahoma City, or my bad, Tulsa, 718 miles. So the total paid miles was 2,204. Honestly, not a bad run, not a bad week. For week number 2, because we had to mess up with being stuck all weekend. Then Monday we had the dry run, but also my alternator went out on me, and we didn't leave out until Tuesday. So for Tuesday to Friday, and they're letting me get that load to go on Fridays, not a bad week. So hopefully week number 3 is going to be a good week for us. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I appreciate every one of you who keeps subscribing or watching my videos, putting thumbs up, putting comments on there, asking all the questions. I greatly appreciate that. It's moving this channel in the right direction. We're moving forward, not backwards, which I do appreciate. And like I say, if there's anything that I'm doing wrong or might not be doing correctly, or you might know a better way, throw it in the comments. Let me know, like, hey man, you should be doing it this way with chaining or strapping or tarping, or, you know, kick the tires in the morning, show us you doing a pre-trip all the time. I mean, give me update, you know, or not updates, give me some feedback, because I want to be successful out here, and maybe y'all might be out there doing the same thing or wanting to do the same thing, and it might help other people who watch the channel so they can have insight to how to make or be successful. So I greatly appreciate everyone, and hopefully here pretty soon, depends on how everything goes, we might have some exciting news, but we'll save that for a later video. So stay tuned for week number 3. We might end up doing a live on the next time we shut down for a 34-hour reset, so we can actually do some questions, answers, kind of talk about whatever we need to talk about, or what my plans are and how I plan for things to go. But that's enough for today. Hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Stay nice and warm, because it's supposed to be cold. Alright.